Alright, ito na. Bonus episode ito kasi nagreklamo na yung guest natin. Hoy, medyo short naman
Hindi
episodes
naman,
natin.
hindi naman. Hindi naman.
Dati
Usually
nga,
kasi 3
nagtatatlong
episodes
oras
tayo.
tayo eh. Oo. Sabi ko nga, nagre-recommend ako, aside from RRL and RRM and all of that, magkakaroon din sana tayo ng RRW, double RW, with the Golden naman. Para naman maganda. Isa
Yes.
sa ating mga supporters yan. There's so much we can talk about. Let's also arrange something like that along those lines. Now, although lalo tayong hindi maimbita sa mga parties. Pero anyway, balikan natin yan. I don't know. Of course, nasa Paris, you were in Paris, so I'm not sure you had time to watch it. But you know, recently my
Eating
Gomborza.
drunk confit.
I know. So,
Cobra. No, sorry
you know,
yeah.
you just from Paris. So let's talk about cinema, modernity, and artistic.
Equality.
Artistic production. No, ito. So, Pepe Jock, no, we interviewed him the other month. So, Gomburza is doing very well. Gomburza is doing, at mukhang natuwas both si Enchong D, sila Cedric dun sa isang review natin na, you know, I think was very fair because, you know, I always say, a lot of us are haunted by the ghost of Rizal, di ba? Yung intellect niya, yung spirit of martyrdom, but also his imperfection. Alam natin, di ba? You know, he was not perfect. I think a lot of people now are you know, haunted by ghost of Gomburza, especially of course Jose Borgos, Ilocano, Mestizo. But you know, there's someone I think we have to talk about more, no, Ronald, and that's Isabelo de los Reyes, which I think if you're a progressive Filipino should really pay a close attention to, because I think he was probably Asia's first socialist or social democratic leader, right? I don't think there's anyone earlier than him. And he was an ilustrado. He was brilliant, so brilliant that according to Benedict Anderson, Rizal was pressured to produce a lot of work, some not very scholarly, on pre-Spanish Philippines. No, and because he was intellectually challenged by someone like Isabelo de los Reyes, considered as one of the first anthropologists in the Philippines. For some reason, we don't hear about him much, but I think for people from progressive background, you would know more about him. With Leloy Claudio, we discussed about more Isabel de Reyes. We never talked about the past. Are you like more the Bonifacio type of guy, or you're more the Isabelo de Reyes kind of guy, or you're like what? What is your relationship with the Philippines past? Because I think for a lot of us, yung mga intellectual, Rizal comes natural, di ba? Kasi you know, you have a sense that you're continuing a certain tradition, right? You're trying to live up. Ikaw as a progressive, someone who used to be super activist and then over time naging you know, political advisor, and then now naging vlogger, like where do you get that inspiration among our founding mothers and fathers?
Well, malaking bahagi ng aking nakaraan as an activist, as a revolutionary, ay galing sa ating mga bayani, no? A large part of my inspiration ay sa kanila nang galing. Lalo sila yung nabasa ko eh. Sila yung nakilala ko even before Gramsci, even before mga foreign ideologues na nag-shape
Lenin, Lenin.
ng aking ay kaya nga halimbawa yung mga organisasyon ko sa college at saka after college ay ginagawa namin yung kartilya, no, ng Katipunan, no, parang to stimulate not only loyalty to the organization and to the movement, kundi para as a link with the past, dahil marami sa atin nakalimutan na yan eh, no. Halimbawa, napakagaling ni Emilio Jacinto, no, very young, no, general, no, administrator ng Katipunan, gumawa ng kartilya, no, ideologue, no, namatay ng maaga. Maganda sana siyang simbolo para sa ating kabataan, no? Yan yung mga no? Si Isabelo dos Reyes, yan yung dala ng mga labor groups natin, pero humina kasi yung labor movement eh. So baka makatulong yung memory, yung lessons, no? Yung experience at sacrifice ni Isabelo de los Reyes para palakasin yung ating labor movement, no? Dahil isa yan sa mga father ng ating labor movement, no? Kaya tama ka, Richard, kailangan natin ng bagong movement para balikan yung ating kasaysayan. At nakatulong itong pelikula ng Gomburza, no? Para at itong nangyaring Christmas convoy, no? Dahil nagkakaroon ng ng mga dynamics ngayon, nagkakaroon ng movement na papunta sa a sense of nationhood, no? Na damage ng hindi lamang ng globalization, na damage ng uri ng politika na meron tayo for decades, for generations, no?
Comprador
Oo,
oligarchs. Yeah.
natabunan, no, ng warlordism, no, ng ating traditional politics na kwan eh. Parang naging ritual na lang yung ating kasaysayan without substance. Ngayon ay yes, kailangan ng rituals katulad ng kartilya, pero lagyan ng substance at idikit sa ating political struggle. Hindi lamang yung grand political struggle, kundi yung day-to-day na kailangan maging iconic yung mga tipo ni Emilio Jacinto, no? Halimbawa, April 30, magkakaroon na naman tayo ng National Heroes Day, no? Sana yan ay magandang opportunity para yung pinag-uusapan natin ay masimulan uling mabuhay.
Ronald, I mean, I'm glad that we're having this conversation kasi parang minsan we just assume na both of us are so invested in the Philippines, invested in discussion of Philippine politics. I mean, aminin natin, it's not the happiest thing to do, right? I mean, as a vlogger, I was thinking there's so many other things I can do. Food vlogging, travel vlogging, I don't know, we can talk about Paris. There's so much more, di ba? Fashion, I don't know, yung mga murang watch na maganda. Like, there's so much
Flea
to talk about.
markets.
Okay, exactly, mga ganun. And then I
My
was thinking,
second home, no?
yeah, but why do we like mamaya na tayo sa DVD or AK-47? No, but before going there, Ronald, I mean, but for some reason, binabalikan natin itong politika natin, no matter how tragic, no matter how difficult it is, because if you look at it, it was really the martyrdom of people like the Gumburzas that birthed our nation. So it's a tragic root, but it's also where the beauty of our nation comes from, right? I mean, there's just so much poetry to
Halimbawa,
poetry in their
pagkatapos
work.
nitong last episode natin, no? Subukan mong balikan yung kartilya ng Katipunan, no? Dalawang version yan eh, yung kay Andres Bonifacio at saka yung kay Emilio Jacinto. No, nag-defer si Bonifacio doon kay Emilio Jacinto. Ang ganda. Imagine that happened more than 120 years ago. Napaka-modern ng kartilya at napaka
It speaks to us. It speaks to us.
Oo. Hindi ka magsasawa, hindi mo kung meron kang puso, no, makaka-relate ka eh, no, dun sa sana makarelate si ex-human rights Harry Roque pag pinasa niya, no? Kaya
Sorry. Ingat lang ako.
halimbawa
Ronald,
lang yan,
sorry.
halimbawa lang yan.
For the purpose of our mamaya na tayo magpag-usapan ng mga makapili. No, but for the purpose of our discussion, can you tell people a little bit about Emilio Jacinto more? Kasi yun contemporary ni Bonifacio yan. At saka itong sinasabing kartilyo ng Katipunan. No? Can you tell us a little bit about it and how you were inspired? Kasi ikaw, you come from University Belt So medyo iba yung yung activism mo dun sa amin na galing sa Katipunan. Ironically, but iba yung medyo approach na. Very Bonifacio kasi ang UP UP is very Bonifacio, almost anti-Rizal. And then Ateneus, super Rizal. Kayo, medyo iba So can you tell me a little bit about this for those yung
partner yan ni Bonifacio si Emilio Jacinto. Yan yung ideologue. Yan yung gumawa ng kartilya, no? Ang alam natin ang gumawa ng kartilya ay si Bonifacio, si Emilio Jacinto, no? Siya yung gumawa niyan. Tapos very modern kung babasahin mo. Tapos din siya, finance officer, no? Ibig sabihin admin, no? Siya yung administrator ng Katipunan. Tapos general, a very young general at 18, no? 19, no? Namatay siya 21, 22, no? So, very tragic na napakalaki ng kanyang potential, napakalaki ng kanyang no? Parang no? Parang isang Richard Haydarian, no? Na multi-skilled, no? Kung ano-ano yung mga pinasok na
matanda na ako ako na host sa Bogus Rizal.
No, yung
21 Gen Z
ang wala kay Emilio Jacinto, lover boy, no? Yan yung skill set na wala siya, na meron yung Haydarian, no?
Kilala din na ganyan. Puro naman lover boy yung mga yan
At saka nagsusulat kung saan sa mga foreign journals, no? At saka newspapers, no? Ito, pero ang galing niya, no? Kaya gusto ko siya maging halimbawa para sa ating kabataan. Kaya nung college kami, nakaka-identify kami sa kanya. At yung kartilya, ginamit naming part ng aming organisasyon, ng aming ritual, no? Dahil ay hindi lang ma-stimulate at ma-sharpen ang iyong ideological formation kung hindi yung commitment mo sa struggle, no? Dahil yun yung role ng rituals na may substance, no? Kanya may kandila, merong bowl of water, no? Maghuhugas. So, it's a ritual. Pero iisa-isahin mo yung laman ng kartilya, no? Yung grupo na papaligid diyan sa ritual na yan, babanggitin yung bawat isa doon sa kartilya. At very modern yung pala yan. Imagine
Can
120
you
years
give us a
ago,
flavor of this? I mean, it's like
they
reciting
were
Shakespeare.
talking about, yeah.
Itong primer, itong kartilya ng Katipunan. Can you give us some flavor of this?
Well, yan yung mga cliche na sinasabi ngayon na dapat iwanan natin yung ating mundo, no? A better place than yung inabutan natin, no? Yan nandun no? Yung role ng women, although sasabihin ng iba hindi siya ganun ka-feminist, pero for that time abante yan, no? Abante yan. Tapos yung family, no? Yung family at saka yung nation na magkaugnay, no? Hindi magkahiwalay, no? Well, yung ating mga warlords pinagsama rin yan pero in a different tone, in a different agenda. Pero diyan sinasabi nila, yung struggle for the nation ay kaugnay ng struggle for the family, no? Ayan yung kwan. Tapos yung mga prinsipyo, hindi pwedeng babaguhin natin yung lipunan pero tayo hindi nagbabago sa loob natin. Yan, bahagi yan ng kartilya, no? Kaya kung babasahin mo, 120 years ago pinag-uusapan ito, no?
I mean, they were at the threshold of modernity, right? This is late
Yeah.
and very globalized ang Manila
Yeah,
this time.
Basahin mo after ng ating session ngayon.
Ganda. Actually,
Pwedeng pag-usapan natin yan sa iba pang mga episodes natin, no? Dahil kailangan pag-usapan ng mas mahaba.
maganda to na actually siguro with Lelo and sang historiador natin kaibigan. Let's have more. I like this. I really enjoy this, Ronald. You know, I'll tell you why, Ronald. I mean, it's not only being big geeky about history and all of that. I mean, I understand why Rizal is not officially the hero because ang dami mga heroes and literally they're unsung heroes, like literal heroes. Medyo nakalimutan natin kasi namatay ng I mean, another person I think we also have to mention is Edelberto Evangelista, who was really the military genius.
Idol yun. Lodi yun.
Ronaldo wanted to actually take over. Kasi, but
Lodi yun, no?
niya, ito yung napaka-genius tong mga to sa military. Talong-talong sa kanya. These are among
Halimbawa, I just got an old bust of Malbar, no? Before Christmas, no? Doon sa may-ari ng book sale. Yung may-ari ng book sale, nabili ko sa kanya, no? Nanggaling yata sa isang lumang school sa Batangas siya. Pero imagine, Malbar hanggang sa panahon ng Amerikano lumalaban. Di ba? Yan, nakakalimutan na yan. Sino sa ating Generation Z, Gen Z, sino sa ating millennials ang naaalala yung mga bayani na yan, no?
Kasi wala naman tayong giyera daw sa Amerika, Knight and Shining. Anong American-Philippine War? Wala naman eh. Okay na tayo, perfect na tayo, happy lahat. Diba? Yun yung sinasabi ko parate na there's so many. I mean, of course, Vibora, we can talk about Makapili. That's a more tragic issue na we can talk about later on.
Actually, sa mga susunod nating episode, pwede kalat tayo ng counting 3-5 minutes na pag-usapan ng isa dito sa mga ito. Just an intro.
Let's do that. Bonus episode na lang.
Para lang hindi makalimutan, di ba?
The R&R reflections on history. Ano ang mga kartilya natin dalawa. Kartilya sa kasaysayan ng Pilipinas.
Hindi, sa akin yan, inspirasyon yan, no? Dahil hindi naman ako katulad ni Richard at ni Walden na nagsimula sa classics ni Lenin o ni Marx.
Hegel ako, Hegel.
Nagsimula ako sa Pueblo Nagsimula ako sa Church of the Poor, no? Nagsimula ako sa kasaysayan. Later ko na na-discover sila Polanza, no? Sila Marcuse, sila Gramsci, no? Etc. Si Trotsky. Later ko na na-discover. Isa rin pwede natin pag-usapan itong third rectification movement. Yung pinadala ko sa iyo, no? May peace talks ka, pero at the same time, may third rectification movement, no? Mukhang magkakaroon na naman ng bagong purging, yung Communist Party, no? So,
no, I want to end on this point kasi, Ronald, thank you. I think I realized we have to do more of this. You know, for me, ganito yan, Ronald, whenever I feel na nawala ako ng pag-asa, napapagod ako, nasa-stress ako, na-frustrate ako, and then I remember, anong dinaanan ng ating yung mga nauna sa atin, yung mga founding fathers, parang wag na tayo maging whiny. I mean, sobrang grabe yung what they had to face racism. They were not even considered as full human beings, di ba? Look at
Mga Indio, almost human.
still Gombosa. They were half Espanyol and still they
Yeah,
were not
yeah,
as
yeah.
full human beings, di ba? Dapat alam mo yung lugar mo, yung sinabi ni De La Torre kay
Oh,
kay
yeah, yeah.
Burgos na half Espanyol actually, Guardia Civil yung.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So,
Imagine yung mga hindi pa, di ba?
imagine mo what they had to deal with compare naging konyo na kumpara sa atin, di ba? So,
Oo, oo.
kaya naman tayo sa balat natin. Ang dami natin mga drama.
Tayo
Ayoko
lang, may
abroad
mamit lang
lang
tayo
ako
na passive-aggressive, galit na tayo di ba?
my God, na-troll lang ng konti, ang daming drama. Nung panahon na, hindi ka lang matroll, makulong ka, ma-interrogate ka. Diba?
Yeah, yeah,
Ng
yeah.
mga Amerikano, kung sino-sino. So, just imagine what they had to deal with. So, maya naman tayo sa balat natin. Ang dami natin mga gulo. Ang layo narating natin dahil sa sakripisyo nila. But nation building is a continuous project. And part of that is getting in touch with the past. So, thank you very much, Secretary Ronald Llamas, for suggesting to us, not only talking about Emilio Jacinto, let's have an Unsung Heroes series or kind of like balikan natin ibang heroes but with a different perspective. So today, just to give you a flavor, pinag-usapan natin dalawa sa ating favorites. Actually, tatlo. Si Malvar, si Emilio Jacinto, at saka, of course, mi paborito, Isabelo de los Reyes, right? So this is fantastic. I like that. Let's do more of this, Sir Ronald. Thank you so much,
Great. Yeah, yeah.
Ronald. Merci beaucoup for this fantastic discussion. Looking forward to catching up with you soon. And siguro, WRRL try natin sa weekend or early next week with Leloy naman. Balikan natin kasi
Yeah.
historiador yan eh. So magandang kausap yan sa mga ganitong. Thank you,
Stay
boss.
party, stay party.
Touche. God bless.